Hello. Hello. Yes. I'm MinkiSan off YouTube and the internet and off of Stride. And, well, I'm actually off of Bristol, but I live in Stride now, so I'm off of Stride. And this is kind of a bit of a awkward video for me to make, really. I've My channel's going to be changing a little bit. I've branded it differently. It used to be called It's Game Reviews. I've now called it MinkiSan. I've done some things that might make it seem like I'm a bit of a money grabber, a t-shirt shop, and I've just set up a patron pay site. And I thought it might be a good time to sort of explain why I make YouTube videos and what happened and why I'm doing this at all instead of being normal. And so that involves me being serious, and I don't really like to be too serious. Even when I'm sort of being serious in videos, I'm still sort of thinking of stupid things to say. But anyway, I'll explain why I make YouTube videos. In 2005, I was on honeymoon in Mexico, and Hurricane Wilma struck. And it's kind of changed my life from that point onwards. Basically, a very long story short, but having to bail water, and I ended up going into this, falling into water, like a torrent of, like a river that it wasn't a river, but it was a lot of water rushing around the side of this building. I got pulled into it, and I did a little bit of drowning and some twisting around and things, and luckily was saved and got back into the building and was managed to make it back home. But when I got home, I had quite a few diseases because I drowned in sewage water, and that kind of that experience was quite bad, obviously. But that wasn't the end of it. They kept treating me for these bugs and illnesses and things, and weren't really listening to me when I was explaining about my back was really hurting. And after about 3 years of me constantly moaning about obviously I wasn't ill for that entire time, but me moaning about my back being in pain all the time and actually getting worse and worse and worse and different things. Our lovely NHS service, unfortunately, it's a great service, but sometimes you can sort of slip through if you're not persistent enough, and I don't think I was. I was very busy with work and things. And so I ended up getting an MRI, and it turned out that I'd actually broken my back in 3 places. And at that point, I started being treated for that sort of problem. And so, again, another long story short, but quite a few years later, I ended up with an old broken back that wasn't healed properly, 2 slip discs, and some serious nerve damage, and something called CPS, which is chronic pain syndrome. And that's essentially what it means, is that when you get a traumatic event and pain sets in from that event, your brain doesn't work properly. So instead of processing a normal feeling, it processes extreme pain. So instead of having a normal sensation like bending your finger or feeling a sense of touch, you actually instead feel an almost unimaginable amount of pain. And so I've got nerve damage, obviously, but that is creating just this mass amount of pain. The only way I can try and explain it to you, it's like permanently having a knife, like a hot knife, actually jabbed in your back into your spine, and it burns right at the base of your back. And then whenever you move a leg or move anything else, it's like having other knives going in there and twisting around, and like someone's electrocuting your legs all the time. It's the only way to really kind of explain it, but doesn't it explain the amount of pain? And the biggest problem is the actual fact that it's permanent, it's forever, it's never ever going to go away. And that kind of despair makes you want to die, really genuinely want to die. And I've asked quite a few times to have my spinal cord cut, but apparently that won't fix it, it won't stop it. So to paralyze me, because I can still walk at the moment, but that's not necessarily going to be forever. I may not be able to walk in 5 years. I'm hoping to try and keep walking as long as I can, because I've got 2 small children. So the reason I make YouTube videos is because I can't work for anyone else, so I can only really work for me. Nobody's going to employ somebody that's going to phone in sick 3 out of 5 days every week because they can't walk, or because they're in too much pain, they have to go home, etc. So my life now I was really quite a busy lad. I worked in jobs that took 60 to 80 hours a week out of my life, and then I would be at home doing bits, running about, doing things. And now my life is a chair or a bed. I'm sort of stuck between the 2 things, and it makes things quite different, and it makes things quite difficult. I think the honest truth is that I wouldn't be here had we not had children. I definitely would have killed myself. It's too much to contemplate that amount of pain for the rest of your life. It's too hard to even think about it. Imagine the most unenviable pain you can imagine. The worst thing I've ever felt in my entire life, and it's never ever going to go away. Right now, I'm in pain if you were in, because you're not happening to you all the time. Not that I'm a tougher man or any of those sorts of things, but if you were in this much pain right now, you would be screaming and crying. I've had to get used to it. When it first happened, I was screaming and crying a lot. But you kind of build up a tolerance to it. You also build up a tolerance to the medication, unfortunately. And that means that you don't, it stops working. So painkillers don't really work. Walking hurts, and you end up then sitting for a lot of the time. This isn't my normal hairstyle either, you know. I've reverted back to joking. It's just something that happened. I tried to make myself look nice for you. And unfortunately, I've got this face. And that's the problem. Big, fat, spastic face. So that's why YouTube is... I mean, I've tried to start several businesses because I was a businessman before. I had a publishing company, I worked in recruitment, etc. And so I've got that entrepreneurial spirit that makes me want to carry on doing things and working and trying to make money and trying to be a proper person and stuff. But unfortunately, I can't put my 100% of my week into it, because my week might involve, sitting down for an entire day because I can't stand up, or lying in bed because I literally can't get out of bed. I'm not light, I'm quite a heavy chap, and my wife can't keep pulling me up all the time. So that's kind of why I'm making YouTube videos, because I can make YouTube videos, but equally I don't have an income at the moment. And so I'm thinking that YouTube could be a source of income for me. I'm part of a network called Freedom. It's quite good, but you don't make a lot of money from YouTube videos themselves. So I've set up a Patreon page, and that's where this video is for. I'm not going to keep putting things on there. I've also set up a t-shirt shop because I hope to create a brand, the MinkiSan brand, which isn't not really a brand, but what it is, it's basically me selling t-shirts with my face on. It's not my face, don't worry, it's not my actual face. Look up somewhere around my channel, there's a thing I've created and stuff. So that's why I make YouTube videos, because there's a train going to go by. I live near a train track now as well. I used to live in a really nice little quiet place, but I can't afford to live there anymore, so I've had to move to next to a train track. I'll cut that. I probably won't, I'm too lazy. So I'm going to try and upgrade my PC very soon. I'm going to get a GTX 980, an i7 4790K, some decent amount of RAM, 16 to 32 gig, depends on what I can afford, and try and put together some really, top quality, ultra graphics, recorded well footage. I'm also going to start streaming, and I'm also going to try and upload videos every single day, maybe a couple of times a day if I've got enough footage. But it means I'm going to try and put a lot more effort into making videos, which means that we're going to dedicate a little bit of the house to me, and I'm going to have a place where I go to make videos. At the moment, as I've said in many of my other videos, I record my footage in the living room. I can only do that when no one's in the house, because two small kids are pretty noisy. No, two small kids are incredibly noisy, and they will literally drain your life and bank account out of you. But I love them to pieces. I might put a picture of my kids up. This is where we do our story time at night. So every night before bed we have stories, and we sit here and we read stories, and then they go to sleep, and me and Nicole just relax. No one gets us and beats us and jumps on you. It's one of the hardest parts of my life, having children, and it's one of the things that I regret the most, that I didn't do it when I was younger. But equally, they've kept me alive, and they are the joy in my heart. So this really, all the effort that I'm putting in is for them. It's so that I can give them something that I can provide for them as I used to when I was able to work. They've never ever seen me in a normal job, putting a suit on and going to work every day. They've never seen that. I want them to have a really good role model of somebody who values work and values that sort of energy. So if I can put effort into YouTube and make it work for me, and make it pay money for me, I think that's a really valuable thing to do. So I'm not going to mention I'm not begging for money. That's not what I'm doing here. I just want to be honest with you and tell you why I make videos, why I make gaming videos, and why sometimes they're a little bit sporadic. I've tried to be really consistent recently, but it's hard for me to, things. It's like the planets have to align. There has to be me able to sit on a puff at the moment. If you're from America or somewhere, a puff is, I think that's a gay, isn't it? But over here, a puff is like a footstool. So I have to be able to sit on that for a little while. I have to work at a silly little table which creaks and does stuff in front of the TV, and they have to be out of the house at the same time. So it's really difficult for me to do that, and that often doesn't coincide on a day when they're at the house, at playgroup, or doing bits and pieces with Nicole somewhere. I might not be able to walk. Like right now, I'm kind of trapped in the bedroom a little bit. I'm not walking very well, so I'm upstairs. I'm in our bedroom, which is where we have story time, on our little sofa here, and I will be on the bed for a bit today. So I thought I'd make this video now. Well, I wasn't doing anything and they were out, and I'm not able to record any other videos. So I'm sorry this is a long video. I'm sorry it's mostly me just sort of crying and moaning about things and telling you how sorry my life has become. I'm a joyful person, I'm a happy person, and I'm really grateful that I'm alive with children, and that the world seems brighter today because I found a way to make money. Maybe I've got a business. I mean, my channel's really not very popular at all at the moment, and I really don't know how to get it into the public foray more. I mean, my best videos had about 17,000 views, which I was really pleased about, and today I found out I had 301 subscribers. So there's 301 people that actually want to watch me play games, which is amazing. Now, if you're a huge channel, that's going to seem like nothing to you, but to me that was a really big achievement, and it's something that I'm going to try and build on and grow on, and that's why I'm really amenable to. At the moment, you could be you're probably one of 300 to 1,000 people or so that watch my videos, and I can literally interact with you, and I'm really enjoying that. People make comments, I comment back. People, if someone wants me to do something, I'll do it. If someone wants me to say their name in a video, I'll do it. I'll never ever be the sort of person that charges for autographs. I saw some YouTubers charge for autographs for a YouTube. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? And they also do some terrible things, like just really money grabbing, and I'm really not like that, but I am turning it into a business. So I'm going to open up lots of revenue streams. If you want to support my channel, you can go to this page. The link will be in the description. There's a Patreon thing where you can donate whatever you want every single month. I will be eternally grateful for everyone that does. I'll say your name on my streams and stuff, and I'll say thank you live on air and stuff. But and I've also got a t-shirt shop, which there'll be another link in the description for that, because I think really the main reason I wanted to do the t-shirts was because there's 300 subscribers to my channel now. I'm a huge star, I know. There's 300 subscribers, and what happens if I get 300,000 subscribers? How are you guys who were there from the beginning and supported me from the start going to be able to show that, I watched MinkiSan years ago. I know all about MinkiSan. I know more than you, the person who's going, you should, hey man, I found this great channel, you should watch this guy's videos and stuff. And it's really frustrating, isn't it, when you go, oh yeah, no, I've watched that for ages. And they go, oh yeah, no. And then they start showing you videos that you've already seen, like, man, I watched that ages ago. You don't have to show me. Look, I've actually got a t-shirt, is what I was thinking. Like, I wish there was like a t-shirt for like Frankie on PC. There's some really top YouTubers. Great. They should have t-shirts so I can go, yeah, no, I've actually got the t-shirt. You can go stuff yourself. But because my wife is a creative soul and I made her the job of doing things on this t-shirt site, you can now buy mugs and ladies stuff, and not tampons, like ladies t-shirts, and you can buy cups, water bottles. She's just gone crazy. But it keeps her happy, and she wasn't shouting at me that entire night. So thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for watching all of my videos that you've watched in the past. Thanks for watching this video, especially if you made it to the end. I was going to do like a quick 5-minute video, but I do talk too fast and I talk too much. So you've got a 15-minute video nearly with all my nonsense on it. I hope you can see that I'm not some sad little muppet who's crying and sorry about his life. I tried to be serious and I started making a few jokes. I'm having to film this on my phone. This is my original plan, was to use this camera. But I feel that I would love making... No, I haven't at all. I actually set up here specifically to do this. So, I wonder if... No, she won't. No. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. If you decided to... Sorry, I'm wobbling the phone around loads. I'm tapping my foot and stuff to try and keep... It stops the pain going into my feet, so I shake them like that. Thanks for supporting my channel. I hope you like my videos. If there's anything you ever want me to say or do on a video, just let me know. And... comment on a video beforehand, or send me a message, or whatever you like, and I will do those things for you. Thanks for watching. You're good people.